a place we've never seen him before.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out! Oh my God!
KO in midair!
What's up guys, SK here, and today we're going to conquer your map by touching on the topic of nodes. Playing Black Desert, you'll realize places that you visit are referred to as nodes. These nodes are important to your journey through the sandbox adventure of Black Desert, so it's about time you found out how to use them. First off, what is a node? A node is a point of interest where lines or pathways intersect or branch to a central or connecting point. Thank you, Google. So why are nodes important? The node system is one of the cornerstones of Black Desert that separates it from many other MMOs. Wars will soon be fought over these nodes. Nodes can control how much money you make, how many drops you get, and more to the point, what territories you control. Because in essence, Black Desert is still a PvP game. We're going to take a look at our map. After a week of playing, your map should look something like this. I don't have the ocean region unlocked yet because I don't have a boat. The section I do have unlocked is because someone decided to ship me out across the sea to an island where I had to swim back. Thank you for that. Come into your map and you'll realize there's a myriad of symbols across it, and some have lines connecting them to one another. Initially, the only nodes that will have lines are your major cities, towns, and a camp. When these lines are white, it is telling you this is the next connection point you need to invest into. Whereas once the nodes are connected, it will have an orangish glow to the line, and the next node you can connect to will be made white. This is to help players understand when they have a node they need to unlock, so they can connect the previous node. In fact, if you go to a node without a white line connecting to it, it'll give you a message, previous node. By clicking on that, it'll set your navigation path to the previous node needed to connect to that node. To connect nodes, you need contribution points, and to obtain contribution points, you need to complete quests that award contribution points. If you have the value pack, you can use long range node contribution, which will cost you 10 energy per action committed to that node, except for sending workers and investing energy to the node itself. The node system allows you to connect cities and towns, thereby increasing the amount you get from trades. It also allows you, as I mentioned before, to send workers from one node to another to complete tasks once you've assigned them, be it gathering or crafting. Obtaining lodging for a worker is simple if you have CP and energy. Each city also gives you one free worker slot. Check out my worker Newbie guide to learn how to do this. To send a worker from a city or a town to a node, the node needs to be connected to the city you have the worker in. To find out how to hire workers, please check out my Newbie guide on that subject. Once you're ready to send a worker to a node, you'll want to go into your map, select the point in which you want the worker to go to. Once you're ready to send your worker to a node, you'll want to go into your map, select the point in which you want the worker to go to. Use your right analog stick to highlight the pickaxe on the menu. You'll see this screen, which will show you all the workers you have currently hired, no matter where they are. To put a worker to a task, you would highlight the worker and then press A. That'll place a check mark over the worker's face showing that it has been selected as the primary recipient for the next action you choose, which will be to choose how many times you want the worker to complete this task by pressing Y. As you can see, this worker will be collecting honey. You can choose anywhere between 1 and 50,000 as long as you've kept your worker fed and your storage free of enough slots that your worker can place whatever they gather there. For this example, I'll only place it once. So he'll do the action once, and it will take him 27 minutes to do that action. And from there, I'd press X to start the work. As you can see, the level 7 skill giant worker is starting beekeeping. It'll take him 27 minutes to finish the job. Keep in mind, different workers have different work stats, and it may be advantageous to use a lower worker with higher stats than a higher worker with mediocre stats. Now you have your worker gathering, but there's still so much you can do with these nodes and workers, like crafting armor, costumes, and boats, both of which I have examples of. First off, to have your worker craft at a workshop in a city, the node the worker is in must be connected to it or it will all be for nothing. Once you have your worker's home node connected to the workshop node, you can go into that node, locate the workshop you want to use. For this example, I'll be using the costume mill, where I have my worker making me silver embroidered fishing clothes. To get the worker working on this item, you need to first make sure you have the necessary materials in storage. And I'll say it again, make sure you have the materials in storage where the worker is at. You have to have the materials in storage where the worker is at. For normal crafting like this, you can only make one item at a time, one worker per workshop. So choose your luckiest, fastest worker to get the job done. Scroll down to manage crafting, then press A. Then find a worker you want to use. Once you do, use your left analog stick or your D-pad to navigate to the item on the list and choose which costume you want to make. Press A to start the crafting process. As you can see in the bottom left corner of the window, it says not enough resources in storage. That is because under the silver embroidered fisher's clothes, the materials are shown that I need 10 flax fabric, 10 powder of thyme, and 15 black stone powder, which I only have 14 black stone powder in my storage. So that's the end of this example. However, my fishing boat in Inferior, which is being made, I used multiple workers to make this fishing boat, and it only took me a few hours to do so because I messed up and set some of the workers in places they shouldn't have been. I didn't hire enough workers in Inferior, so I couldn't set enough workers in the place with the right materials, so I had to take the materials back to another city and then send those workers to Inferior, which increased the amount of time it needed to be done. One thing I'd like to note is that if you're farming with any type of fence, that you can't send workers to do your pruning and gathering for you at the moment. That's because that update hasn't come yet. That's pretty much it for that one. Lastly, one more thing you do with nodes is invest energy. To invest your energy into a node, you need to go into the manager or go into the node manager or go into your map and click on node management. Then highlight node management and scroll down until you're over energy investment under node investment. A node takes 10 energy at a time. After your first 100 points, that node will level to level 2. From there on, it takes more energy to level up. I'll include a chart in the description below. Right now you can see my node is level 3. That's indicated by the 3 above the exclamation point for that node. Whereas this node's a level 3 that I've been trying to level up before, which I did by accident. And this node's a level 1, so you can see the difference in the nodes. So that pretty much wraps up this video. I'll include a link to a website called Something Lovely. It's really useful. It's a really useful site for finding out the cost of nodes and where nodes are. If you manage to stick around this long, I'll show you a node pathway that allows you to connect all the cities for the least amount of CP. To read this, you'll need to be using Something Lovely though. Alright, so this is somethinglovely.net. It has all the content from the beginning of the game to the Dragon region. It also allows you to see exactly how many nodes, how many CP each nodes need, and what resource they give off from mining or gathering. And that's pretty much what this site is useful for. Like it shows you everything around too. It shows you like where their horses spots are, where their elephant spots, fishing spots, the best fishing spots, villas, scroll bosses, whale hunting. You can just check on this stuff and you'll find out where everything is at in the game. It is a very useful tool. I suggest you use it for your future of playing video. Alright, so this is a very old piece of resource right here. The importance of this resource though is that it shows you how to connect from Velia all the way to Trent while connecting Portaferia, Ovia, Western Guard Camp, Hydel, Keplon, Glish, and Caltheon all together for a whopping 47 CP. So if you're looking for a way to connect those nodes because you have a worker empire set up that you want to have run through those areas, this is it. And if you were trying to start to find out how to get that set up, this is it. Hopefully you find this useful and make some use of it. Pass it along to anybody else that might need it too. That's about it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching and let me know what you guys need help with. I'll try to work on a video for it soon. This video was requested by Arc Ray and took me some time because I wanted to make sure I had accurate representation. Please like, sub, and share with someone that might need this info. Thank you all for watching. Peace.